How's it going, guys? It's your boy Lieutenant Dan here with a Falcons film breakdown of all of Desmond Ridder's negative plays. Let's call it the good, the bad, and the ugly series this week because we're going to show the ugly and the bad here on this particular episode, and then our next episode will be the positives of Desmond Ridder, and obviously we're going to do a Bijan breakdown, an Algier breakdown, whatever we can get our hands on, man, because this all-22 tape is not completely out all the way. In fact, actually, I could not find, there was a play actually that I could not find, and I could swear that it happened in this game, but that being said, yeah, let's get into this. Let's run a couple of these plays, and there's only a few, so make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of Desmond Ridder versus the Green Bay Packers in Week 2, and hey, man, rise up, stay grounded, and let's get it. Yeah, so on this first play, let's just take a look, and let's see how this kind of rolls out. You have some Bijan motion here at the top of the screen. You bring him down to be able to slide the linebackers, and right about here is where I want to stop things just really quickly. You have up at the top here, more of the middle of the field, but left-hand side of the hash marks, you have Jonnu Smith, and you have Kyle Pitts, and they're running like this kind of inside formation here where Kyle comes back a little bit and Jonnu runs the over the top. And this ball is certifiably lame ducked when you actually run this film. I mean, you run it here, you have the motion, it goes across, and then you have two of the same players very, very close to each other as Desmond Ridder lets this ball go. And as he gets hit and drops this in. And the first thing that I want to say is PFF can suck it. Because when I look at this play right here from this angle, I go, okay, so you ran this play, this ball goes in here, it gets lame ducked, and just goes down. But when I look at the backside of this play, and I actually take a look at it from the end zone angle, and you bring this over, Matthew Bergeron here on the left-hand side of the screen is getting absolutely bullied. And Desmond Ridder is looking down this direction here. He's looking for this particular pass. He throws it as he gets hit. The ball goes up in the air. It's in the spot where a guy like Jonnu Smith should be able to catch this ball, come back and catch this ball. Instead, because he got hit, because the release wasn't there, and because this wasn't exactly where the ball is needing to go, this gets picked off. I just like how both Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts, and this is not to take away blame from Desmond Ridder, but Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts just look at this and go, what? And only one Packers player really goes, I'm going to break on this ball and take this out of the air. And that just, I don't know, something about this play stinks. Something about this play is fishy and buggy, and there's a narrative driven. I see the pressure in his face right there. Both Matthews just touches this dude and sees Bergeron getting taken, but then 81's coming in and going to hit Ridder as well. So, do you take the sack in this situation? Do you just let it go? You're trying to high point it and let your big boys go up there and go get it, but nobody decides that they want to go get it and take that hit, make something happen. I guess Pitts is not really in an angle to do so, and Jonnu has run himself way too far away, about 4 yards away. So that's just scuffed, I guess. Let's go on to the next play. Little play action, looking out, throws to Bijan, bounces off his hands. This is something that I saw multiple times through this game. The Mac Hollins bit will probably come up soon, but you see Bijan going out to the outside. They like this play. They like this flat wheel route stuff. But again, looking at Ridder, looking down the field, he's looking at this angle. He is looking to see what Kyle Pitts is doing and whether or not he's beating his guy. And then you see the coverage in the middle of the field, so there's no way that that's getting to London. So he checks down as he gets pressure in his face as well. There's some pressure at the end there that hits Ridder. You see that pressure come through on this angle from the end zone angle. It just doesn't go anywhere. Drops out of the hands. Let's keep moving on. Now you got Desmond Ridder here. They love this motion, man. I like the motion too. I really do like the motion. Bring Pitts on the inside, London the outside. He's looking at these mesh concepts. These concepts on the outside are They can be good, but they can also be a detriment. Okay, so here you go. You got London moving the inside. Both guys decide to go there. The safety's over the top. Ritter throws just high. Just high. Is there pressure in his face? I'm looking at this film raw with you guys. I'm not scripting this. Looks like it's pretty clean to me. Pretty clean. Decides to step into this throw. Just puts it high. Again, this ball can get there. But Pitts is going to get hit. Pitts is a big boy. He can take that hit. And a clean pocket. So this is on Desmond Ritter 100%. This is the ugly. He's throwing it a little too high there. I guess you're afforded to throw it high with only playing 6 games, but you need to connect that. That needs to be where your 6'4" tight end or wide receiver can go get that. 6'3", 6'4". This is the one that PFF is so on. Like this is their reason why they hate Desmond Ritter. And I heard this on their podcast too. I absolutely despise this take. But here's Desmond Ritter. They RPO this. And London's going into the end zone on the back side of this. London can't create the separation. So, of course, Ritter's like, okay, now I look to my next option. Pitts. Could I hit Pitts deep in the end zone there? Well, now it's too late. Now there's pressure, and you can feel that pressure, so you start rolling out. Pitts can't go anywhere. Look at the top of the screen. That's not holding. I don't know what that is. And he flings it up. Tries to throw the Pitts. It's off target because now he's got more pressure in his face. So I look at this play, and they go, well, Desmond Ritter, there's a whole play for London in the end zone, who's covered and doesn't run the route well. Okay. Now the play starts breaking down. Okay, you got to go somewhere with it. Where do I go? I go to Pitts. Pitts doesn't run to the corner. He gets held up. And you just fling that one away. Look at from the end zone angle. I don't have any problem with showing this angle either. The whole point of this video is to see what they do. Ritter looks. That's not getting to London. Now there's pressure. Now you're looking. London way back there, but then what do you do with that? What do you do with that interior guy, huh? All right, well, you throw it up to London. Well, London's not going that way. You throw it away. Next play. Literally next play. Desmond Ritter. Trips out of this formation. Stutter. Okay, so now you got all these crossing concepts here. You want to hit something. I like Pitts at this position. I like Pruitt at this position. I like Jonnu at this position. Where do you want to throw it? Well, now I got a guy in my face. This is supposed to go to Jonnu Smith. And this is just poorly thrown. This is worse. This is more egregious than the last play. And you play this and you see a wide open Pitts. Maybe you slot that into Michael Pruitt on the inside, and then there's Jonnu on the back end. I like Smith here on the right. I really do. I like the fullback on the right-hand side to make that pass. But then when I pull it back and I look at where that guy is, there's Keith Smith. There he goes in the flat. Maybe you do hit that. Maybe that does go into the end zone. But the first read here, as he falls, is looking for Jonnu Smith in the back of the end zone. And as that opens up, maybe. Michael Pruitt's eyes aren't on the ball. Kyle Pitts' eyes aren't on the ball. And Jonnu's eyes aren't on the ball. Okay, so now look. There. They turn around. Now they're looking. And at this point, you're throwing off your back foot. That's always dangerous. It's bad. I'm sorry, but this is not good enough. It's a great job by Green Bay. Not really, because there's open receiver. There's an open receiver. He's finally looking at Jonnu. Okay. You got to throw that to Pitts, man. You got to throw that underneath the Pitts. But bad concept. Bad concept. Good coverage. Well, more like good rushing. Who is that lets that through? Was that McGarry? Yep. Caleb McGarry. Gets busted through. Wow, you find out a lot. You find out a lot when you start breaking these down, huh? All right, let's look at the next one. Ah, yes, the infamous Mac Hollins. I'm throwing it to you and I hit you in the face mask because you're not ready for the ball. But at the end, this was thrown behind. No. You got to catch that, man. Got to catch that. You look at it from this angle, you're like, okay, ball's out. Ball's been out. Ball's out there. Mac Hollins isn't ready for it. Blap. Right in the face. Look at it from this angle. Blap. Right in the face. Okay. Next play. Ritter back. Looking. Clean pocket. Okay, so this one is definitely on Ritter, man. Finally we get to one that's really, really on Ritter. Because this is just poorly thrown. This is poorly thrown. Finally, the offense, this is late in the game now. Finally, the offense is able to give you something. And you step up into the pocket, and this guy is watching you. Guy on the top right. He's been watching you the whole game. And you throw it there. I see where you're throwing it. I get it. I see where you're chucking it. But that ain't it, man. You got to get a little more loft on that. That ain't going to make it. And you see on the left-hand side of the screen, there's a Drake London down there at the bottom. Maybe you can slot it there, but you've already committed. See where the ball is committed to right there. The ball is committed to being thrown. And that's the one. That's the one that I'm the most upset about, because that should have been intercepted. 110% that should have been intercepted. It's just a bad play call. And then our final play, since I could not find the other play that I was looking for, because NFL Game Pass is currently partial at the time of this recording. Complete coverage. There isn't really anybody open at this point. And then Ritter steps up into the pocket. And I don't think this was, I'm going to call this not a designed run. But Ritter steps up into the pocket and tries to make something happen and gets swallowed. But if I look everywhere on the field here as you begin to run, okay, where's the check down? It's not open. Where's London down at the bottom of the screen? He's not open. Looking at Kyle Pitts at the top of the screen. Not open. Not even complete with his route. Looking at the two outside routes. The two outside routes. Why are those guys over there at the same exact time? I don't get that. So this is play calling. This is complete play calling. Arthur Smith, come on. Wake up. Wake up. Let's look at it from the other angle. Arthur Smith, wake up. Wake up, Art. Artie, please. And look, you can even tell Desmond's trying to stay within the pocket. He could have just kept going forward. But he turns to the left slightly. Does not, I think he sees this guy at the end and he's like, damn it. Technically almost gets away from that guy that hit him. It's funny. But you can't, this is not a designed run, so as you step up into the pocket, you're trying to make something happen, because you see London throw his hands up right there, say, high point me, but at that point, right here, Desmond sees it. I mean, you can tell he's looking that way, and then gets hit. And those are the most egregious plays of Desmond Ritter's entire game against the Green Bay Packers, and I've left nothing out. I've left nothing out at this point. I think there's one play that I left out, and I think it's a pass to Drake London that I keep remembering is like, oh, this is the week 2 pass, but I think it was a week 1 pass. But if you're going to say something negative about Desmond Ridder, and I'm completely down for you to say something negative about Desmond Ridder, at least use the film to see what this is about before you start making hot takes. And there are plenty of times in here where Desmond Ridder does not need to be throwing that ball. But I also see a combination of really quirky, cute, pungent play calling that leaves a lot to be desired early game. And then later in the game, suddenly Desmond Ridder comes alive, and you guys will get to see that video soon. Rise up, stay grounded, take it easy, y'all. I hope that you guys love the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and support the channel in any way, shape, or form that you wish and desire. Plenty of free options. There's also an option for you to join from a membership perspective. If you guys like the video, please make sure you share it out to your friends and family. Peace, hair grease, rise up, and stay grounded.